Steelers and Cowboys in prime time. Let's go. Welcome to the Black and Gold Standard Podcast. And it's week 5. This NFL season is really rolling right on. The Steelers are 3-1. Everything's looking to be pretty good. We got hit with some injuries, but overall, team's playing pretty well. Um, still some little kinks they got to work out. But with that said, prime time. Um, Pittsburgh Steelers, like I said, 3-1, taking on the Dallas Cowboys, which is 2-2. Um, it's going to be a great game. The Steelers coming off a loss. Their first loss of the season. Um, you know, we always make that joke of, this is one of the Tomlin losses, but I don't know. The team did come out pretty flat in the first half of that game. And, when they kind of got their legs up under them, a few things didn't go their way. They still had an opportunity to win that game, actually. And, that's amazing as bad as they played. But, you're going to have those type games sometimes. The only thing I don't like is, just because of the way the schedule is working out, you need to stack as many wins as you can and to give one of those up. That was kind of tough. But with that said, let's move on to this game Sunday night. Like I say, if everybody knows, Mike Tomlin really doesn't lose primetime games, especially at home. So that's going to be a big boost. Um, Steelers dealing with some injuries. On the running back room is kind of decimated. Um, Cordell Patterson is out. Warren is out. So this is going to be a big Najee game here. I mean, he's going to have to really carry the load, which I don't have a problem seeing that he can't. That he should be able to do that. That shouldn't really be an issue. Najee kind of hot and cold a little bit. I think he's still trying to get used to this offensive scheme. And on top of that, with the offensive line juggling a lot of players around, that really doesn't help. But, you're gonna get what you get from Najee. I mean, that's he's gonna give you his all. He's gonna run hard. He's gonna play hard. So I don't have a problem with that. It's another opportunity for Justin Fields to really nail down this starting position. Even though I think I might be in the minority, I still believe when Russell Wilson is healthy, Mike Tomlin is going to give him that opportunity to play. You don't bring a guy like that in and you know lose his position because of injury, and on top of that, your veteran guys on the defensive side of the ball kind of you know recruited him in here, so I think he will get that opportunity to play. Now, I will say from the play that Justin Fields has done, probably going to make that rope a little shorter for Wilson if he does come in, and when he does come in and he doesn't play well, it's going to be very easy to pull the plug on him. and if the plug get pulled on him, that's going to be it. Um, but again, like I say, I see him playing as soon as he's healthy, and that may be next week. So we'll deal with that when it happens. I'm like that's something I like with Coach Tomlin. Hey, I'm not gonna deal with that until I have to, and right now they don't have to. So it's all Justin Field. He's been playing pretty good. I mean, I shouldn't even say pretty good. He's been playing um okay. I'm not gonna say just over the top. It's still a few little things that kind of creeped in, especially last week with the turnovers and taking that sack that you just can't take it in that position. The miscues with the center, that got to be straightened out. But overall, can't be mad at his play, especially from where he was coming from, and you can tell that the Steelers coaching is really doing some good things with him. And me personally, I think he's shown enough that he's definitely the guy of the future. And if I was the Steelers, hey, I mean, listen, it ain't my money, but if I was the Steelers, I wouldn't have a problem with signing him. I don't know, give him a 3-year, 90 to $100 million contract, which is only like 30 something million a year, which is still, the way quarterbacks are getting paid now, it's still a bargain, but I think it's enough to make him feel like, hey, I want to be here, and also feel like the team, is really, investing in me. And I would get that deal done tomorrow if they could. But with that said, um, the Steelers just gotta, I think they probably was a little embarrassed after last week. So I expect them to really put on a good show. TJ Watt, basically, for the most part, he was invisible last week. It was some holding going on and that type of stuff. But I could see him really showing out tomorrow night and having a big game and probably end up wrecking this game for the Cowboys, in my opinion. Um, with that, the defense is really fairly healthy. Not too many big injuries. I mean, other than Highsmith, obviously he's not going to be out. I mean, he's going to be out. Um, but for the most part, the defense is pretty healthy. Um, the offensive side, like I say, that's the offensive line a little banged up. The running back room is a little banged up. Um, but I think this is a game that the Steelers should be able to get. To be honest, the Cowboys is having some major problems. They can't stop the run and they can't run the ball. And in the NFL, that's a bad combination to have. And I think the Steelers should be able to stuff the little running that they have, make them one dimensional. Which, even though they're one dimensional, and I, I'm I know a lot of people be down on Dak, but I know it's probably a lot of teams in the NFL that if they had the opportunity to have Dak as a starting quarterback, they would jump on it. I mean, granted, he's had some problems in the playoffs, but Dak is a guy that he can beat you. And I'm a little worried. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little worried about CD Lamb. I mean, he's a great receiver. I know um, um, Porter probably is going to be covering him a lot. But my issue is when they put him in the slot. And if the Cowboys, and I'm quite sure, I mean, I know they have, if they watched that film last week, I felt like the Indianapolis Colts really killed the Steelers in the slot. Those slot receivers, I thought, destroyed them. So that's gonna be my concern if they move CD into the slot. Because and if that gets hot, And if they're not putting pressure on him, he can come in here and steal this game. So I'm not gonna sit here and just say it's a total guaranteed Pittsburgh Steelers win, but Dallas has some players still. Um, and like I say, if Dak get on the roll, he can get hot, and him and Lamb can really put some points up, and they can put them up quick. So, the Steelers still got they work cut out for them, but I just think that, like I say, prime time, the Steelers don't really lose. Coming off a loss, TJ Watt, not having one of his best games. So, like I say, I'm quite sure he wanna get back on the good column. He didn't get a sack last week. So, with that said, I really see the Steelers winning this game 27-13. That's my prediction. 27-13. Pittsburgh Steelers win this game and move on to 4-1. But that's really about it. That's about all I have right now tonight. Um, we will see what happens tomorrow. We'll talk about the game, and hopefully it's a Pittsburgh Steelers win. So until then, I'll talk to you later. All right, take care.